From headlines to heartbeats, this is More Than News with Kris Moore. Buckle up for a journey beyond the surface, where we uncover the real stories shaping our world.
Hey there, it's Kris Moore with More Than News, and we're about to get it started. We are here at the Apex Club. You can step out of West Texas right into the Apex Club. We got to thank them for allowing us to record here at the Apex Club. Great group, Serge, we got Larry, we got Michaela, and we've got a great guest this morning or this afternoon, whatever time you're listening to the podcast, Mason Askins. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great. It's great to be here. Thank you for having us.
Of course. Now, I've known Mason for a hot minute, few moons, and he's been an entrepreneur for many, many years, been in the oil and gas company. But now you've changed and you're in the Bloody Mary business.
We are. Back in 2018, we decided to open up what's now known as Bart's Bar Beverages, which we are a manufacturer for cocktail mixes. And we have released our initial product, which is our premium Bloody Mary mix, which we are excited to say has been performing extremely well in competitions. And now we are in the process of scaling up the business so that more areas can now enjoy the taste of Bart's.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Bart's Bloody Mary mix. How did it even get started?
So,
I know Bart.
Yes, yeah. Bart is well known around Midland. The premise of the idea was basically born about little over 20-something years ago.
Right.
I happened to be a guest at Bart's Lake House at Possum Kingdom, and we had a very long evening and woke up a little on the green side.
That happens.
Bart was making his Bloody Marys in the morning. I never was a big fan of Bloody Marys, but he forced it on me. He says, "Oh, try it." So I took a sip and I was like, "Whoa, maybe I do like Bloody Marys." So I had about quite a few of those, got back to Human, came back to Midland, was out having a brunch and ordered a Bloody Mary. And I was like, nope, I don't like Bloody Marys. I liked that Bloody Mary. So I called Bart and I said, hey, how did you make that little concoction? And so he gave me the recipe, which this recipe has been floating around Midland from landmen for years.
A secret recipe.
Secret. So, but it always became known from that day forward as the Bart's. And so I would make it for clients, whether it was from clothing store days, from the oil field, giving it to clients as a gift. My family would make me make a bunch of it for our holidays, family get-togethers.
Yeah.
So all this time goes by, and then the light bulb finally goes off. I was like, I bet people will pay me money for it. So I called Bart. I said, you remember that promise I made you about 20 years ago? And he said, no. I was like, well, I'm going to start that company. I'm going to start making that elixir. I don't want any capital injection, investment. But I made you a promise, and I want to name the company after you because that's what the product is based off of. But you do have one legal obligation to this company. You can never change your name because we are going to brand your name all over this. So that's where Bart's was born. So company got formed. We were looking at how are we going to manufacture, what's going to be our bottling. And my sister, Kendall, had run into Ann Caroline up at the Canopy. And
the Canopy is a store.
The
here.
Canopy gift shop that's located right off Garfield and Wadley. And Aunt Caroline had asked, well, what is Mason up to? And Kendall informed her that I was starting the Bloody Mary Company. And she said, I want it in our store. So we exchanged phone numbers, and we decided to do a product launch for September 11th of 2018. Not having one bottle made yet, so I scrambled, talked to a couple of bottle suppliers. Our original bottle that we wanted, they had no stock in. So my bottle supplier said, well, I have these Boston Rounds. Would you like some of those? We have 20-something cases. And yeah, send them all. We'll just go ahead and make them up. And when the bottles came in, which is our original product of the elixir, the bottle, I loved it because it reminds me of the medicine that you used to find in your grandmother's cabinet. So that way you could shut up a crying baby. So we started bottling it, made it. At this time, I was still living in Temple, Texas. So I drove down to set up a one-time kind of product launch with it. And we were hoping maybe we'd sell 2 or 3 cases. We sold out. It was such an incredible introduction and support from my hometown and the home community that they gave us, really came out and supported it, that it went beyond what we thought we could open with. Then we started getting the feedback on the product.
Right.
And once we started getting feedback from consumers, then we knew it was time to really look at a commercial facility. So originally we were going to be manufacturing in Georgetown. And then a little thing in 2020 happened called COVID. So we ended up not going through with that facility. I ended up moving back to Midland to help care for my mother and decided that we would manufacture in our hometown. This is where the idea was born. This is where Bart lives. It's where I live. It's where our families are from. So it only makes sense that we would depend on our hometown community for the initial support to get us over the humps of starting a product. Obviously, then once we got our bottling facility, which is located off South Loop 250 across from the old Midland DPS, once we got our manufacturing license and got our mixing rooms and everything finished, we started bottling from the elixir to our new product, which is the premium Bloody Mary mix.
Okay, so I'm going to circle back.
Yes.
I'm going to circle back. So what is the difference between the elixir, the cute little bottles?
Yes.
I have to agree with you. These are like,
It'll
they
cure.
fit in your purse.
It's the cure.
And the actual mix.
So the elixir is a Bloody Mary concentrate. It's basically all the seasonings that go into a traditional Bloody Mary plus one extra ingredient we add. So this would be for the true purist of a Bloody Mary.
Right.
Would be what they use. So they would you use your vodka, and then you would add a little bit of the elixir, and then you would add your tomato cocktail of choice, whether it be Clamato or V8, tomato
Everybody
juice.
has their favorite.
Everybody has their favorite.
Yes.
So this is all the traditional ingredients: Worcestershire sauce, pepper sauce, our signature blends of salts and peppers. And then we add one key ingredient, and it's not a secret. We basically make beef bouillon, and that is what sets us apart on our flavor profile versus anything else on the market. So that was our initial product. So this is our secret weapon. It's what goes into every bottle of Bloody Mary mix. We still sell this. It's available multiple places, which I know we'll get to later. And then that's what started. This is the linchpin for the grenade that has now become our Bart's Bar Beverages.
Okay, and so the mix already has the tomato in it.
Yes. So
all you got to do is add vodka.
All we do is add vodka. So you just shake, shake and add.
Got it. Okay, so how many years has this overnight sensation? It's so funny. Mason, I ran into him the other day, and he was like, yeah, people just are like, overnight that happened.
Yeah. It's so when I've decided to kind of research about doing it, one of the first things I wanted to do was test the market.
Right.
What maybe there already was a mix out there that would be exactly the equivalent. So we want to make sure we wanted to make that we were making something special and not repeating something. So with the elixirs, there were, a lot of them on the market, a lot more than what I thought. I always knew about like a Dimitri's or Pacific Pickle Works. So I went through and I ordered about 12 different elixirs so that I could try them out and see what their flavor profiles were over time. Then couldn't find anything like Bart's. There wasn't anything like Bart's. So we then decided, okay, now how do I do it? So I was like, because I know how to make it.
You were at home with a big pot and
yes, it was
stirring.
That is exactly how it worked. I got into my kitchen at my house in Temple, started with a big old pot of bouillon, and then started weighing out all the different ingredients, that what would go into an 8-ounce serving bottle, how many servings would this take, what would be the instructions that we would want to tell people how to use it. And so then we just bottle up and then design the labels, get the UPC codes, make sure we filed to get the nutritional daily values, make sure we were FDA compliant with the Bloody Mary mix, and now going through a distributor now, and that it's starting to pick up the momentum. It is one of those overnight 10-year success stories. So, which we're real excited about. So,
you know, people don't realize, and I kind of want to talk a little bit about that because you've been in the business world before.
Yes.
Not just Bart's premium Bloody Mary mix. I mean, you've been in fashion, you've been in a lot of things. People don't realize the work it takes to get a business started.
It really comes, it comes probably down to a labor of love with it.
It does. I agree.
It had some pretty successful little oil field companies that focused on the water transfer side, but it never felt right. It didn't, it wasn't that I got every day when I woke up to go to work. It was like, I'm going to work because it's going to make some money. Yeah, it was a job.
It was a job.
So when we started doing this, which it really was kind of just a side hustle, when we were going through it, I just enjoyed it. And it was that because cocktails are fun. This is just a fun industry.
I happen to like cocktails.
It's about having a good time and being able to enjoy it. And we wanted to really, that our company philosophy was that if we want to take a product from a true mixologist, think of the best bartenders in the world,
right?
How they make a product. And we want to be able to take that product and bottle it. Luckily, we already kind of knew how to bottle this. It was just a matter of how do we do it on such a grander scale? But as we go forward with other products that we'll release, that is our philosophy, that I want our bottles, when people take a product home, that when they open it and you drink it, it tastes like it's coming from one of their favorite mixologists. So that's always going to be that it has to be that high of a quality product that we want to do.
All right. First off, I've never tried it.
I know.
I am such a failure. And you know why? Because I'm like you. I mean, Bloody Marys are fine, but in the mornings, if I'm out, I'm going to get a mimosa.
Yeah.
So I am real. We're going to try it.
Oh, yes.
You're going to mix us up one.
Yes, I am.
Before you do that, I want to know, how do people get it?
So when we first started with Bart's, we were kind of distributing through ourselves.
Right.
We have now signed a deal with Standard Sales, which is an Anheuser-Busch distributor.
It is.
So we started with the Odessa warehouse to kind of see how it works, which they were able to put our product into the United Supermarkets companies, which is United, Amigos, Market Street, and the Albertsons. So obviously we have United and Market Streets here for Midland, Odessa, and it performed great. So that was our big company. We really got started because of local companies that is from the Canopy Gift Shop, Lone Star Liquor, which now has 4 locations, 3 in Midland, 1 in Odessa, Hopscotch and Vinery. And on the restaurant side, if people want to go enjoy it by a glass, the Patio Draft House goes through a ton of it.
Well, they're known for their brunches.
I mean, they go through a lot of elixir. And places like Hoop and Barrel have now made the switch. And actually, I'm pleased to announce now the bar is going to be switching and using our Bloody Mary mix for their Bloody Marys and micheladas. Other areas that they can pick it up, like Typical Pickle. They have a little gift shop and they do really well with it, but because it became such a good mover for them that it was, everybody loves the mix, that it is outperforming. Our Bloody Mary mix is selling, I think somebody gave me the number, it was like 7-1 versus the other Bloody Mary mixes combined as far as from the United supermarkets. So now we have expanded with Standard. So we'll now be available in Lubbock, San Angelo, and Wichita Falls. So they should receive their product probably today, tomorrow. Should be on the shelves by early September, which it will be starting with, obviously with the United in the market streets in those areas. So,
Well, my question is we're going to
Yes.
have quite a few people. I know folks are listening to the podcast
Yeah.
in Tennessee and various other places.
So-
is there a website that they can order and get it shipped to them?
yeah, we have a website.
I
We
love
do
that.
have a website. So
Yes.
yeah, it's shopbarts.com. We do have an e-commerce store there that they can order Bloody Mary mix or the elixir. We are working on a couple of things that we're working on for the future. Is obviously we want to have an Amazon presence, and I'm trying to work to get a digital distributor, which would be like a Webstront, somebody along those lines, so that bars and restaurants can buy it in bulk for their customers as well.
Gotcha.
So we're in the process of getting all that paperwork filed, which is all fun.
All right. Well, let's mix up a
You ready?
drink. I'm gonna watch you do this. I know you've had a little bit of practice. So, as Mason said, what I really like about this is it is from folks we know, and it's from Texas, and it is supposedly delicious from someone that has never had it. I am so looking forward to it. We are here at the Apex Club, and they're looking forward to it. Some of them have not tried it either. So this is going to be a real treat this afternoon. So all you do is just add a little vodka the mix.
And basically the mixes.
Shake it?
You want to shake it before each use. And the reason being is that when we make our product, because we do it in small batches, that
Right,
it's
right.
really handcrafted. So each bottle we put in the dry seasoning first, our salts, our peppers, and then it goes to the liquid fill station. And that's where we'll fill in.
And you do this all yourself, right?
Yes, it is all
It's all
in-house,
handmade.
all handmade, hand done. So
I love it.
And you can tell if I do the labels because they'll be a little crooked. So
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. Okay. We're about to try it. Oh, what is the website?
shopbarts.com.
Shop Barts. That's BARTS.com. Shopbarts.com for if you're wanting to order it. Otherwise, you can get it at, as Mason stated, over at United, Market Street, Albertsons, various other places. So I know a lot of folks are going to be curious to try it now, just like me. So
Yeah.
let's do it. You
I know,
ready?
this is the fun part. Cheers.
Cheers. Here we go. All right. It's Bart's. It's delicious.
So
Just the right amount of zing to it.
there's a little kick.
There's a little kick,
There's a
but
little
you
kick
want
on
that.
it. Absolutely.
You want that. And, have you ever made what you can do? I'm sure people have seen the memes where people put pizza and crab legs. And so you could always decorate your glass
I think
up.
one of my favorite ones was there was somebody posted one with a whole rotisserie chicken. I was like, well, but how
Yeah,
do you
no.
drink the Bloody Mary?
I don't know about that, but this is incredible.
Thank you.
I like it.
So one of the good things that we're pretty proud of is that our product, the Bloody Mary mix, is we started submitting it to get get some validation. Are we really making the right product?
Award winning.
It's a multi-award winning mix now. So we submitted our Bloody Mary mix for the Bloody Mary competition and the Michelada competition at the SIP Awards, which is the largest consumer-based blind taste testing competition in the world. So they had 1,300 something entries, 56 countries.
Oh, wow.
So it was they do a lot of tastings. And I happened to be in Japan when the results came out. And I got an email and was like, oh, our product, we got some awards. So opened it up and I was like, oh, good. We got Consumer Choice Award for Michelada. Oh, that's even better. We got a Consumer Choice for Bloody Mary. Oh, we won the double gold for Michelada. That's pretty good. And then the final award was for Bloody Mary mix, and we were awarded Best in Class Platinum, which
Wow.
just is basically we didn't do well to SIP Awards. we won the SIP award. So it was the highest rated mix, which, yeah, totally just inflated my ego completely. I was like, yeah, that's right. Number one.
That's why you love your job. And you can really tell. Yeah. I got to give you credit, Mason.
It's a lot of fun.
And it's delicious.
Thank you.
So again, what awards all have you won so far?
So far,
just make kind of a list.
We did. We submitted in 23. We won platinum and gold medal for Michelada was the platinum, and gold medal for Bloody Mary in 23. This year, we won the 4 awards, the 2 Consumer Choice, the Double Gold, and the Best in Class. We did submit our Bloody Mary mix to the U.S. Spirits, which is basically they give you a rating. 0 being Flint, Michigan's water, and 100 being the water that Jesus turned to wine.
Okay.
So that's your grading scale. And They gave us an 87 out of 100. So we were one of only 3 Bloody Mary mixes.
Now is that, let me see that bottle.
The Bloody Mary?
Either one. Yeah. Have you got that listed on there? When are you
we haven't done the listing. We need to put some stickers.
Winning, or get some stickers.
Get some stickers.
For sure.
We do have the digital medals up on our social medias and our website that are there. We are working with our retail partners, the bar, patio, Hoop and Barrel, Zucchi's in Odessa. That we want to do some table tests where they know that they can get the product here. That way they can enjoy it by the glass. So if if they don't want to make a Bloody Mary at home, that they enjoy having them out in public. And on shopbarts.com there is a section of where's Bart, and it'll show here's where you can go buy the product, here's where you can go enjoy the product. So we're constantly updating that list. So now that for our fourth quarter. Our business is quadrupling for the fourth quarter versus first quarter of this year. So
well deserved.
It's when people were, I think a lot of people being around this area that knew me, I would run into people. I do tastings, and they're like, "This is really good." I was like, "Thank you." They're like, "Who makes it?" I was like, "I do."
I do it.
And they would like, "Wait a minute, who's making it?" I was like, "This guy." It's like, so it's always been a lot of fun with that. We don't ever want to be so serious that we kind of forget that this is the fun part. And with cocktail mixes, one of the things I always thought, it's like, hey, you got to have a great mix.
You do.
It's 75% of the cocktail. So
I wouldn't know how to make a Bloody Mary, or
and it's
tomato juice and
if you get a bad mix. You could pour the most expensive vodka into it. It's still going to be a bad Bloody Mary. But if you have a great Bloody Mary mix, you can pour garbage vodka in there. I never recommend that. So I always, enjoy your vodka, especially Texas vodkas. I mean, because they're exploding all over the place. And so, because I know that's one of the recommendations people ask, like, what kind of vodka do you use? I'm like, I use the Texas vodkas, whether it's from renowned Tito's, our friends over at Enchanted Rock down in San Antonio, Western Sun up in the Metroplex.
Quite a few.
Oh, Drip, and then
Dripping Springs.
Goodnight Loving is one of my favorite ones.
Yes.
Personally, it's a really good vodka. And
these are all Texas
vodkas.
Texas vodkas. Who knew?
Texas has become quite the cocktail.
That's why we are the great
now.
state. The great state of Texas.
Yeah.
Now, if you're listening right now and you are a business owner,
yes,
and you're wanting to either A, put it in your store, or B, if you're a restaurant or a bar, how do they do that? They just go to your website?
So you could, yes. So there's with distribution, most places would qualify that they would contact their standard sales rep.
Right.
So if they have a standard sales account, then Standard would supply and they would order directly through Standard. We do have some companies that don't qualify, like the Canopy. Well, I mean, we'll just talk with the original gift shop that's, that this is their fault. They should have never, blame them. So, they're not a beer store. It's a gift idea. It's a Texas, a welcome to Midland. This is a Midland product. So I personally deliver to them. We handle that account because they wouldn't be a Standard client. So yes, so you can get it if you don't qualify or have enough like that, but you have a gift shop or something like that, then you contact us directly. If they want to try out a sample or have some information emailed to them, on our website there's a form where they can submit an inquiry. We do supply and ship our elixir. I think the furthest place, there are 2 restaurants up in Oregon that use our product. There's Zola's on the Water and Wicked Pig, two places in Brookings, Oregon, which is a phenomenal little place. So if anybody,
how did that even happen? You just happened to be visiting and you had it in your back pocket. I mean,
so oddly enough, one of their owners is from Midland.
Okay.
With the Midland's representation in the cocktail industry is very heavy with from tequila companies, bourbons and whiskeys.
Oh wow!
Cocktail mixes, vodkas. So Midland is very well represented in the adult beverages. But the owner of there was from Midland, and he had heard that I was starting this company. He wanted to try it.
Right.
And he was like, this is really good. I said, that's what I keep thinking. Maybe. There's like, we should do really well with this. So he started ordering it and using it, and they became very well known at his first restaurant, Zola's on the Water, that it became a big staple for their menu. And then he has now branched out and opened up a new place, Wicked Pig. So he just started, and they're doing brunches and they're using Bart's as well. Of course, and then we have that online shop, so people will order, and so it's really fun getting some orders from Buffalo, New York. So it's starting to kind of spread.
Well, it should. I love tasting things from different areas, and we're blessed. We're here in Texas, so we know it's all going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But if you are from a various area, or you're looking to get a gift for someone that is not from this area, send them a taste.
Absolutely.
A taste of Midland, a taste of Texas.
Yeah, the elixir has been a great gift idea. One of our taglines that we've always been operating under is handmade in the Lone Star for the 50 stars. So yeah, it's
very creative.
Yeah, it's been fun. That's one, it's a great product. So the product itself has been able to overcome my learning process in this industry. Which we kind of knew that I was going to stumble over a lot of hurdles about figuring out what are the, guidelines and getting manufacturing licenses, designing the mixing room.
Right.
So there were going to be a lot of learning curves. Obviously dealing in cocktail mixes is basically chemistry. Mm-hmm. And I was a C- biology student, so I don't know diddly about chemistry. So it's all been a learning process.
Obviously, you learned well.
Yeah, this one kind of came prepared. It was kind of already that the homework was already filled out, and we got 100 on it. So I just had to put my name on it, and by putting my name on it means I put Bart's name on it. So
there you go. All right. Let's talk social media.
Sure.
So where can they go on social? I'm sure you've got Facebook and
we have the
all
Facebook, and it'll be under Bart's Bar Beverages. So we
Bart's Bar Beverages.
Yes, and we have the Facebook, Instagram. Working on doing a TikTok. We had hired a marketing director to kind of help with that. Uh-huh. It's out of my wheelhouse. Otherwise it'd just be pictures of my dog. So, or my grandson. So yes, we do have, we have social media presence.
And we'll share all of that on our website. So if you folks are looking for Bart's Bar
Beverages,
you can look for that. Google it, whatever you need to do, but we'll also have it listed down at the bottom here so that you can find it if you're watching on YouTube. But again, what is the website?
So the website is www.shopbarts.com.
Shopbarts.com. Any closing comments today?
Just a big thank you to the West Texas area for the support.
Absolutely.
Best
place to live.
They have been great. They have been supportive. So our future successes is all of y'all's fault.
Well, I think it's a good fault, and I'm
Absolutely.
glad that they have stepped up and made this now a household name. So check it out. It's Bart's Bloody Mary Mix. One more time, the website.
Shopbarts.com.
Shopbarts.com. Mason, thank you.
Kris, thank you so much.
Absolutely. We'll do this again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We I guess on a little teaser note, we are planning to release a few new items coming up next year. So
How did I know that?
yeah. There's this one particular drink, margarita, that everybody's waiting on. So yes, we're in the process of finalizing that recipe.
You
So
can't be in West Texas
That's
without a
right.
margarita. So
be ready.
we want to thank you, Mason Askins,
Thank you.
with Bart's Bloody Mary Mix. Check it out. Check out the website and be sure and like this podcast, this YouTube video, and follow us for more exciting More Than News.
You've been listening to More Than News with Kris Moore. Join us next time as we continue to dig deeper, ask tougher questions, and bring you the insights that truly matter.